Hey guys, what's up? It's Bennett here, back with episode 3 of the Patchwork Network. Today, we're going to tackle a different problem, something I probably shouldn't delve into this early, because any man who loves his job should be afraid to attack the media. But maybe this will give me the publicity that I've wanted, so we'll just see where this goes. Anywho, today, I've decided to talk about the real problem with the media. And no, I don't mean they hate Trump, or they're always talking about politics, or they're corrupt, or fake news, or any of that. In fact, it's almost the opposite. Their news stories are right, but typically, none of them are positive. According to some research that I've done, 90% of news stories are negative. That's like, another terrorist attack or a school shooting, somebody was robbed, a whole bunch of people died, there's a disease outbreak, and just on, and you would think it's like, why do we like this? Why do we want to hear this? That's not fun. Nobody wants to hear that. Well, according to a UCLA study, the average human has 70,000 thoughts per day. Now, of those 70,000, 80% are negative. Now, I don't know if you've ever done the math or if you happen to have a calculator with you, but 80% of 70,000, well, that's a big number. It's 56,000 people, 56,000 thoughts of the 70,000 are negative. Now, 90% of those thoughts, the 70,000, carry on to the next day. So that's 63,000 thoughts. So if, 56,000 thoughts are negative and 63,000 carry over, that could mean all 56,000 negative thoughts carry over. Now that could be, you're hungover on a breakup, or, you just had a bad day, or, you're tired. But I mean, a lot of that happens, and you wonder why. But if you look at our media and our culture, I mean, our video games, a lot of them are shooting. I mean, Fortnite, yeah, it's dying, but even though it's not like blood like Call of Duty or Halo is, it's still killing. And I mean, I don't really have a problem. I'm a strong believer that guns don't kill people, people kill people, but there's problems in our communities. I mean, if you look at the lyrics of songs, they're awful. I mean, I'm not even gonna say it. I want to keep this off the explicit section of iTunes. It's just not fun. And the movies, I mean, it's hard to find a movie that I can go see with my friends because a lot of times they're all rated R. Interesting stuff here. There was a Russian news site that put to test the theory that you could change would people enjoy just getting positive news. It was the City Reporter. Now, for an entire day, the City Reporter only did good news. They even found silver linings, such as no disruptions on the roads despite snow. Now, you would think, with the garbled mess of rainbows and sunshine and lollipops, maybe people would enjoy it and be happy. Actually, it was the exact opposite. Nobody wanted to read it. They lost 2/3 of their normal readers. Now, there's a saying in media, if it bleeds, it leads, and that's because negative events tend to be more memorable and emotionally impactful. I mean, to me, that's just kind of sad. But according to some studies, that's how the brain works, The brain wants us to, that's why we have 80% negative thoughts out of the 70,000, because our brain is emotionally impacted by bad things. And I think that's an adaptation to how society functions now. I think we've grown up into a culture that, it's I care about me first, I care about you last, We don't care about our friends, we only care about our own images. We want thousands of likes on Instagram, we do edits and diets that nearly kill ourselves. People stop eating. There's so much depression because bullying, and you have to care what you look like and how everybody else thinks of you. I mean, to me, that's never mattered. I run a Lego account. And so those of you that are listening from my school know this, that, people make fun of me for it, but do I care? Not really. I'm not going to change what I enjoy to do just because other people don't enjoy that I do it. Screw them. Y'all don't bother me. I think that, although that is dangerous, I would say I have a certain level of apathy that can become dangerous at times. But you have to care, but not let it get to you. You should care about other people and care that, you're keeping a good image for yourself. But you don't have to care what other people think about the things you like or anything like that. And I think that bleeds over into our media. The big example, and usually we'll try and stay away from politics here, so no favorites, but the 2016 election, like the news coverage, this is raw data, analyzed data that from research. During the 2016 election and during Trump's presidency, the media coverage has only been 5% positive, 62% negative, and 33% was neither positive nor negative. Just, another day in the White House. Now, for Obama, that was as of 2017. For Obama in 2009, it was 42% positive. That's understandable. I mean, first, African-American president's a big deal. Also, he did great things, He was, pretty good, other than maybe national debt, but I'm too young to care about that, right? He was 49% neither way and only 20% negative. Now, for Bush in 2001, he had 22% positive, 28% negative, and 49% neither. And President Clinton in 1993 was 27% positive, 44% neither, and 28% negative. So, I mean, typically people see that, they've got an uneven mix of positive and negative, and most of it tends to be neither way. But with Trump, I mean, it was just highly negative. And with Obama, it was highly positive. Now, the difference between Obama and Trump, and especially Trump, and the other, Bush and Clinton, and Obama and Bush and Clinton, was in Trump's media coverage, they're talking heavily on character, leadership qualities, and is he qualified, and is he doing good enough job? Whereas before they would talk about their agendas and what are they doing? Are they spending time with their? Well, I guess not really even that much. It was more how are they making changes for our country? Not are they qualified to lead us? I mean, clearly they're qualified to lead us. They're handling it. But Trump's was focused more heavily on, oh, look at this. Look what he did 30 years ago. Oh, he's taken a whole bunch of vacations and things like that. Another big deal was the difference between Clinton and Bush and Obama and Trump was that for Obama and Trump, they had a wide view of topics on their agenda. So, foreign, domestic, and, as a whole universally, whereas Clinton and Bush both tended to be more about domestic changes and things like that. I mean, that's not to say that, the media is doing anything bad. One theory is that they're skewing and blowing the negative stories out of proportion to raise awareness, such as promoting, showing how awful natural disasters are, because that'll raise awareness and people will get up and move out, because you can always replace stuff, but you can't replace people. And so I think just overall, we have